Hey, this is Rodney Walker here with Education Today. I'm here with Matt Utterback, the Superintendent of the Year, the National Education Conference Superintendent of the Year for 2017. Congratulations, Matt.
Thank you very much.
Tell me about your school district and tell me what this honor, this fabulous honor of winning out of some 13,000 other superintendents. What does this mean to you?
Well, North Clackamas School District is in Oregon, and we incorporate some communities just south of Portland, and we have about 17,000 students. And this is an incredible honor to really showcase and recognize the work that we've been doing in our district about the last 5 years, and closing the achievement gap and the opportunity gap for students, increasing our graduation rates and our student achievement rates. And so this is a celebration for our school district and our community.
How did it feel when you heard your name was announced?
Uh, I wasn't sure I heard it actually, but it didn't sound like any of the other names, and so it's been a pretty surreal experience. Honestly, the last 3 months has just been really special, and I think what's most important is I don't look at this as an individual award, and this is an award for our staff who works really hard every day. Really working to affirm the identity of each of our students, and for our community who's incredibly supportive of our school district.
That's exciting. What are some of the exciting things that your school district is doing that has deserved you guys to get this type of honor?
Yeah, we have really taken a serious focus on equity and creating inclusive learning environments for each of our students. And we do that when we honor the history and the culture and the experiences that each of our students brings to our school. And we know that each of our students are different, and they have different experiences and different cultures and different races. And we need to honor that. We need to recognize that. We need to talk about it. And I think that's something that has been unique in our school district. And I think we're having conversations in North Clackamas that maybe aren't happening across our country when it comes to education and what equity means, and how do we identify those barriers and remove those barriers so each of our students can experience success.
That's super exciting. So you guys are dialing into those stories of equity and getting a chance to hear those stories. How are you going about doing that in a real practical way? How do you do
Yeah, so it's a lot of trainings, a lot of conversations with our staff, and it really starts with our staff understanding their own racial identity. And what do we bring into the classroom? What do we bring as a bus driver? What do I bring into my school bus through my own racial identity? And once our staff begins to understand their identity, then you are, I think, more open to understanding the identity and affirming the identity of others. But I think you've got to take a look at yourself first and what you bring to every interaction you have with the staff member and with the student and with the community member, and that's where it starts. And so we ask our staff to engage in a lot of I wouldn't say challenging conversations, but conversations about race. And when we talk about race, we are then able to talk about other social groups. But race is the hardest one to talk about. And so we've decided that that's where we're going to dial in. And like I said, when you can talk about race, you can talk about a lot of the other student groups that incorporate a school district.
Wow, you guys are definitely diving in and having some tough conversations that I can see why you said others are probably not necessarily having those type of conversations. What gave you the courage to actually dial into that issue that so many others are silent about?
I think when you look at data, we have disparate data. And when our students of color aren't graduating at the same rate as our white students, when our English language learners aren't graduating at the same rate as our English speakers, it forces you to ask some really tough questions. And I believe as an educational leader, we have a moral and ethical responsibility to ensure that those gaps don't exist for any student or any student group. And I think when you accept that responsibility, it forces you to take action.
How did, when you first started out deciding to dial into this area, how was that received by your community, the teachers, the students? How was it received?
I think all educators come into the world of education wanting to have every one of their students be successful. I don't know a teacher that doesn't, right, that wants to do that. Or from a secretary, or a bus driver, or a kitchen worker. They all want students to succeed. What I don't think we sometimes know are the barriers in our system that get in the way from that happening for each of our students. And so our job, my job as an educational leader, is to help our staff identify what those barriers are and work to remove them. And I think once we started experiencing success, once we started to see our graduation rates increase, our attendance rates increase, the community gets behind that. The community wants to be behind something that's successful, and we have tremendous support from our school community, and we're thankful for that.
That's excellent. Well, you heard it here first. He took the time to take those tough conversations and converted those tough conversations into some award-winning situations. So congratulations again on this distinguished honor. We wish you the best.